This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chase from Barrel Age Flicks. Go ahead and check out our Patreon for raw, uncut footage and early access to all of our episodes. The link is in the description, and it's only $5 a month. Thanks for listening.
Two drifters meet. Something needs to be exchanged.
I know the code, but I'll give you this one for free.
Nothing's free in WATERWORLD.
You know me?
I know what you are.
Good. And you know if you look for trouble while you're here, you'll find more than you can handle. You got 2 hours.
I'll only need one.
You'll notice the arterial nature of the blood coming from the hole in my head. You can assume that we're all having a real lousy day.
You've been there, haven't you? Dry land?
All done. Now, there may be some small problem in depth perception.
Well, better not screw up my short game. Well?
Looks good.
I like it. Nice, yeah, I like it better than you realize.
Much better.
What do you say, Toby? The truth.
Looks like shit.
That's why I love children, no guile. If you don't tell me, I swear to Poseidon I will torch your boat.
Got any resin?
Russ, he's gonna do his mind. He's out of his mind completely, Russ.
You've been out water a long time, haven't you?
How about a cigarette? Nothing like a good smoke if you miss your mom. Never too young to start.
You talk a lot.
I talk a lot because you don't talk at all. And how many?
Including little girls?
I'm not afraid of you.
St. Joe, we're close. After centuries of shame. It's him.
It is him. You guys are in so much trouble.
Well, I'll be damned. It's the gentleman guppy. You know, he's like a turd that won't flush.
I want the girl.
You know, I thought you were stupid, friend. But I underestimated you. You were a total freaking retard.
Hey everybody, this is Barrel Age Flicks. I'm Lenny, yeah man, and this is...
Hey, this is Ron. Let's drink and talk some movies.
We also have...
What's going on, you fucking nerds? This is Tyler. Let's talk about some modern mythology.
And finally...
This is Stu. Let's drink, motherfucker.
All right, you guys. We are doing the third in our series of Out to Sea. This is going to be awesome. We are talking about WATERWORLD today. This is Stu's pick. And as always, I'm going to hand it off to you, Stu, so you can introduce this awesome alcoholic beverage we're about to have.
All right, guys. This drink that we're having is called Pirate's Piss. In
Pirate's
honor
Piss.
of that wonderful scene of where Costner drinks his own urine.
Is that even possible?
Yes, urine sterile.
No, to turn it into drinking water? I mean, is that ever...
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know if they...
It needs to be filtered and going through
Yeah.
a bunch of filtration and shit like that, but no, it is possible.
Yeah, no, drinking your own urine and like in the, you know, whether you're like in a desert or like or out at sea or something like that, it will sustain you for a little bit, but you will start to suffer from kidney failure.
And you can't let it sit and stagnate. If you let it sit and stagnate, that's where it gets fucked up. It's fresh, you're fine.
Does anyone want to hear Ross Perot's opinion about that?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
You do, you're probably a retard. Get on a bench. Now we got WATERWORLD. Can I pay $7.50 and see Kevin Costner drink his own urine? Where do I... You mean it's only $7.50 to see Kevin Costner drink his own urine? Where do I sign up? Folks, he pees into a cup, pours it into a filter contraption, and drinks it. Yummy, yum. Folks, it don't work that way. You cannot pee into a Mr. Coffee and get Taster's Choice.
That was pretty good.
So that was a stand-up comedy bit that Dana Carvey did back in the day, and WATERWORLD was a big movie at that time.
1995.
Just thought I would point that out. It's fucking hilarious.
God, I can't believe it came out that long.
I know, dude.
Do you remember when the like one of the movies cost $7.50?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, dude.
It's like
what
15
are they,
bucks
like
now.
17, 18 bucks now?
Dude, it's stupid.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's fucking stupid. Like it's like $100 to take your family to go see a movie now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you buy 4 tickets, get a soda, get pop because of course kids want popcorn. Get popcorn, like like candy or something like that. Yeah, dude, it's like $50.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
So what about this drink, Mud?
Okay, so this drink is made with 2 ounces of Captain Morgan private stock, 1 ounce of 100 proof vodka. I went with Smirnoff. 1.5 ounces of blue Curacao, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and 4 ounces of energy drink. I went with Red Bull.
Ooh.
Oh my God, this sounds awesome.
All right, let's taste this out, man.
All right, prost, everybody.
Cheers.
Clink, man. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
There it
There
is.
it is. All right.
There it is. There we got it. All right.
Now that is something completely
Whoa.
different.
That's smooth.
That's not bad. Not
It's
bad.
It's got a tang to it.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. That's actually really good. And it has the name Piss.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Surprisingly, there's not a lot of drinks called piss. I found a lot of like alien piss or something like that because they glowed bright green and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. But this is the first time making it, and I wasn't sure about the blue Curacao or not.
Yeah, no, this
but
is
it worked.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got like a tang to it. It's slightly fruity, but it's not too sweet. It really gets you. It's really at the end. I don't really taste the Red Bull though. Do you taste the Red Bull?
Compared to, I tried the premix, not premix, but the stuff that I saved to add the Red Bull last. I mixed everything else in a mason jar before I came over here tonight. I tried that, just a sip of that, just to get an idea. And the Red Bull definitely does change the flavor profile. It
says that you can use any type of energy drink.
Yep.
See, I'm curious what other energy drinks would be like the Monster
or Nas,
Fiesta or something like that, or Nas or something like that.
Yeah, because we got like a fucking rainbow of like monster flavors now. So.
Oh yeah,
bang.
So actually, I think this would be like you could just try this with a whole different amount of energy drinks and just get completely different tastes every single time and find one that works with you basically.
And this is also my first time trying the Captain Morgan private stock, which is actually pretty fucking good.
You've never had Captain Morgan private stock?
No.
Oh man, is it the spice rum or?
Yeah, it's spice rum.
Yeah, no, it's a little square bottle basically.
Square-ish.
Yeah. No. We used to have one at my bar all the time. It's good stuff.
Definitely a lot better than regular Captain Morgan. Not that I got a problem with regular Captain Morgan, but this is a lot fucking better.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up. It's good. It's like I said, it's not too sweet. It's got a tang to it, and I like the tang, the little tartness to it, and it's not bad. It's actually a really good looking drink too. It's like a aqua blue type of thing. So, what do you think, Lenny?
It tastes good. Yeah. No. So, okay, it's not bad. It's got like you said, you've pretty much described the flavor profile. Weirdly enough, I don't taste the Red Bull, but I can smell it though.
Yeah.
It's weird. It tastes good. I enjoy it. I think it's just like the second time that Stu's picked something out that I gave 2 thumbs up to. So good job, brother. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. I liked it. I don't have a whole lot of descriptive stuff to say. It tastes
the Red
good.
Bull, I will definitely say it lightens the drink a lot.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of a crisper.
Yes, it was a lot darker, a lot more punch you in the mouth type feeling before I did this, and then the Red Bull lightens it all up.
What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, dude, it tastes like the Washington Capitals, like prior to 2018. Because it starts off really, really, really well, and then there's like this aftertaste. Like you said, it was rum and vodka.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the private stock or it's the vodka that you put, because you put like Smirnoff.
Yep.
There's like an aftertaste like that's just like really, really, really bitter. So it starts off really, really nice. It's good.
I can see what you're
Sweet,
saying with that
tangy,
with the bitterness. Yeah.
And then like there's like this bitterness at the end, like that's like acrid in the back of your throat, and I'm really like that. So one good point, one bad point. We're going to give it 1 thumbs up.
Hey, not bad. Good drink, Stu. Good drink.
Thank you.
And we're going to go ahead and give you guys a little bonus shot that Lenny is going to try out. We recorded an Army of the Dead episode. I said it wrong. Army of the Dead episode, and we tried this drink called 2B60. So we wanted to see what Lenny thought of it. You ready to try this out?
Yeah. And I'll do so the punishment shot for earlier, I'll do a taco shot for that. It's fine. Because this is like a tasting, so it's different.
I mean, it's kind of, you don't have to take 2 shots, man. Like
that's fine. Deal's a deal.
All right, test it out.
Fuck me, dude. Oh my god, bro! It smells like a pine cone candle. This is fucking gross. I don't want to do this. All right. Fuck. Okay.
Room temperature too. I think ours was slightly chilled.
Fuck.
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to
What is that?
That's your new punishment shot.
Dude, no. Like, oh, it won't go away.
Yeah, no, it lingers for a while.
Oh, God. Hold on.
You got to wash it down.
No, it's like hanging out on the back of my tongue like, woohoo, having a party. That's fucking gross.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, my God, dude.
Especially when the thing is all settled down before you even shake it.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oh, looks like goo.
Dude, okay. If you'd have poured that in a glass and said, pirate piss, that would have made more sense. It looks like, straight up, it looks like piss from a dude that's been on a boat and hasn't drank fresh water in fucking days. It is gross.
I think I said in the Army of the Dead episode, it looks like shit water. That's basically what it looks like. It looks like fucking shit water.
Like water you see in a urinal at like a rock concert and no one's flushing. And like you're pissing in a puddle of like 20 other dudes' piss. That's what that, Jesus, man.
That was great.
Fuck.
All right, Stu, let's get on to the movie.
Okay, so Waterworld, 1995, Kevin Costner flick, directed by Kevin Reynolds, written. The ones who officially got the nod as writers were Peter Rader and David Twohy. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
You know who David Twohy is, right?
I know he's written Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, yes. Shit like that.
Yeah, he also did the movie The Arrival. You remember that one? He didn't write G.I. Jane, did he?
He did the screenplay for G.I. Jane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
You remember The Arrival, the one with what's his name, the actor, the one that has AIDS now,
Charlie Sheen.
Yes, it was Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen has AIDS?
HIV or something like that. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't know, man.
What?
Spoiler alert for 4 years ago.
Oh,
banging all those prostitutes.
But
yeah,
he's always saying
the whole
that
2.5
he's
men
winning.
shit.
Yeah, I guess that Tiger Blood was kind of dirty.
Oh. Damn, dude.
He also did the screenplay for The Fugitive.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, dude.
Critters 2. He wrote that.
That's a good one too. That's a decent sequel.
Critters was actually
Warlock.
Critters 2, yeah.
Warlock is okay.
Yeah. But he did a lot of stuff. Terminal Velocity.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So he did a lot. He got credited with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And then this. I really don't know what to say about this film. It could have been so much better.
Yeah.
It really could have. It had
Road Warrior on the water.
It is.
It really is.
And they completely gave the writers, the director, everybody gave credit that it's an homage to Mad Max too. So, but yeah.
Okay. Before we get into, you've seen Road Warrior, right?
I've seen the new one. The old one I saw, I was a kid. I don't remember.
Okay, so you have seen it.
Yeah, but I barely remember it.
Okay. You've seen it?
Yeah, it was on TV like a long time ago, so like same thing, man. I can't like tell you like a bunch of like small details about it.
Yeah, if you ever have a chance to watch it again and then you watch Waterworld.
What you picture of Mad Max came from Road Warrior.
The Mariner is Mad Max. That's basically what it is. And it's the exact same, by himself character, only cares for himself, doesn't care about anybody else. But then he develops a friendship with the characters, just like in the Mad Max films. It's the same in Fury Road, Beyond Thunderdome, and the original Mad Max is completely different because it's everybody sees Mad Max as wasteland and like in the future, and it is, but in the first one it wasn't actually supposed to be that way. It's just supposed to be about cops, but it was filmed in Australia and it looked like a wasteland, so it turned out being that way for the future films.
It was like basically the difference between Terminator and Terminator 2.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's the same general concept, but completely fucking different.
Yes, and those films are great. I mean, the Mad Max films are, I'd say Beyond Thunderdome is the least of out of all four of them, but the Road Warrior is by far one of the best, and Fury Road is fucking amazing. I mean, the stunts in that movie. Yeah. But that's one thing I have to give credit to this film. Even though it's got a horrible story, the fucking special effects and the practical effects are really good in this movie. I'm very impressed with how they did it. I can understand why it got so expensive.
So the general plot of Waterworld is it's set in an undeterminable time in the future. They roughly guess around the year 2500. At one point in the past, all the polar ice caps, everything melted, and then supposedly that created enough where the entire world is now covered in water, which is a scientific impossibility. And the writers even acknowledged that, like, yeah, we knew. I know that couldn't happen, but fucking it made a better story.
They're like, we know it's horse shit. We're going to do it anyways.
So, and this is centuries and centuries of humans living on the surface of the water now. and evolving the way that they will in their own little societies. Languages get mixed up and, intermingled.
Yeah.
Form their own little, covens of people, their enclaves of people, groups and everything going around. And then you also start getting mutations because humanity will evolve and find a way to deal with the society, with the area that it's in.
Right.
And that's what Kevin Costner's character is, the Mariner. He's got webbed feet. He's got actual working gills behind his ears, so he's able to swim down and grab all this shit from the time before and use that to barter and sell stuff.
Yeah.
So he can basically keep living on his own and be fine. All that's going on. This movie cost a big budget of $175 million estimated.
Only 25.
Jesus,
only
man.
25 million away from Titanic, because Titanic was known as the
Up until this point, this was the most expensive movie in the world. Titanic then took that title from it.
Yeah.
How much did it make?
Okay, so everybody says it's a bomb. Everybody
not.
says
No,
it's a bomb.
It's not a bomb. That's the thing.
At the most recent figures, worldwide gross, $264 million.
It still made a profit, but I mean,
So
it didn't make
it took a long fucking time to make his money back.
Yeah.
As of, I want to say 2003, it was only like $8 million above its budget. So it took a long time to finally start making money.
So initially,
it was a critical bomb.
Which I don't understand why, because it actually looked like a really decent movie from the trailer and everything else.
And that's why its opening weekend made $21 million, and then it just dropped off after that.
Yeah,
because the trailer only goes so much, and then everybody's like, oh no, this is not fucking worth it.
Well, I think it's also press related, because I think the press really tore this movie apart.
Which they had a right to, because it started out, and $100 million is what by the time Universal got involved.
Yeah.
$100 million is what they set the budget at. And they'd already blown through that budget before day one of filming.
Right.
All right. And so the press was like, all right, this is not going to be good, because normally a movie that has already blown through its fucking budget by day one ends up being a complete fucking shit show.
Right.
And so it just kept adding more money. And the press would jump on anything. There was even a bad storm rolled through one time. A couple of crew members got hurt. But the staff took that as a couple of crew members died. And so they called up the director, like, hey, how come 2 of your people dead now? He's like,
Kevin Reynolds was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. It's crazy. I think it had to do with the whole camera thing, too, on the top of a mast where there was about. Because there was
multiple times where... I think three times they had to shut down due to hurricane warnings. They had basically, before the filming started, they had narrowed it down to 2 areas to film the open sea area, either off the coast of Hawaii, off the Kona coast, or off the coast of Australia. And they decided, we're going to go with Hawaii because the time of year we're trying to shoot, Australia is going to be more wintertime. So Hawaii will make it better without doing any other research in that, and not realizing that the time of year that they're filming have massive fucking winds, massive fucking waves going on off the coast of Hawaii.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
That they didn't fucking bother. Like, I'm not even in the movie industry, and the very first thing that would pop in my head is not winter versus summer, because it's on open water. The very first fucking thing I would think of is this anywhere near hurricane season?
Yep.
That's the first thing that a common sense person would think.
Yep.
And the thing of
fucking retards.
The funny thing is that the advice you talk about Kevin Reynolds, when he was asking somebody else who filmed a movie on water, which we talked on our first episode, he asked fellow Steven Spielberg, hey, some advice. Hey, so what's some advice you can give me for making this movie? And Steven Spielberg flat out told him, don't film out in the water. This whole movie was filmed out in the water. So, and Kevin Reynolds found out exactly how difficult it really was, especially because they built that atoll, that huge,
which was bigger than a fucking football stadium. Yeah. That atoll that they went to.
They could have done it there.
They built that.
Yeah.
That was a towable structure. They towed that back and forth.
Well, hard steel
between
too.
the open steel. They used all the scrap steel in the entire state of Hawaii building that, and then had to fly in more steel from out the West Coast. And using such big planes, they had to lengthen the main airport's runway to accommodate these giant cargo planes.
How big? Okay. I know that, like, with Jaws, they did. They filmed some of it inside they had like an indoor pool facility or something that they actually built specifically for the movie, right?
It was a tank, yeah.
Yeah. How big was that tank? Like, was it big?
22,000 gallons?
Was it big enough that they could have filmed some of this shit there? Like,
well, that's the problem.
No.
I think.
I mean, they did film some scenes on in tanks, like their diving scene where Costner was going down and stuff like that. That was filmed in tank, and then they would just green screen the background around it.
Okay.
When did the you remember the Mexico the tank that they used for filming?
Exxon Valdez?
Yeah. What was the first movie that was filmed in there? No, I'm talking about the one that Titanic was filmed at.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have that yet from Waterworld. So this one was filmed out in sea, right on the coast of Hawaii, basically. I think they had to get like 5 or 6 miles out, so you can't see anything, any
2 miles.
island. Yeah, 2 miles or something like that.
And they could still see the island, but it gave them 270-degree views of open water. And, I mean, then the entire structure of the atoll was also rotatable. So they would rotate the structure, so no matter what angle that they were at, they could make sure they had open water in the background, which is still just fucking massive when you think about how behemoth of this thing was.
No, it was huge. But the thing is, I still give them credit to how it looked. I thought it looked really well done.
It did. But did it look well enough done where I thought it needed to be actually truly built, real life, to float on the fucking water and tow it around?
Well, I'm sure it made it easier for filming.
It did not. It did not make it easier for filming. By the time they would have to tow this structure out, it took them so long to tow it out, and then they would have to take breaks to tow people to floating, shit houses, and rearrange.
Yeah, because they had different boats for different things. For like the makeup boat, they had to make a boat for the food and everything else. Instead of being out on land, they had everything out
a whole armada of ships to make this happen.
Yeah.
By the time that everything would get set up, they would only have time to do 5 or 6 takes a day.
Right.
That's it.
That fucking sucks, man.
And then they have to turn around, pack everything up, and start towing it all back in. That's just fucking ridiculous to me. I think
it must have taken like hours.
Yeah.
Like hours.
Yes, because how big it is. You're just basically moving this giant football stadium 2 miles, and 2 miles is a long fucking way on open water, and you're pulling something that fucking big.
Yeah, I think every morning it took, from what when I watched the documentary, I think it took like 5 to 6 hours basically to set up, and they'd only have a couple hours of the sunlight for the sun that they needed to do the shots and stuff like that. They also, in certain ways of filming, they had to put these white sheets up basically to block the sun because it kept changing all over, because the boat's it's constantly turning to have the what's the word to keep it in continuity. Yeah.
Then you got to think about what this was doing, this whole pain in the ass process was doing to the people. So Kevin Costner, while he was sitting there filming this stuff, he stayed in an oceanfront villa with a butler, a chef, and a private swimming pool, which cost $4,500 a night.
Yeah.
And the studio put up the money
Kevin
for
Costner. He was big at that time.
Crew members were forced to live in an uninsulated condominium that was subject to temperature swings of up to 122 degrees.
Dude, I would have been fucking pissed.
Exactly.
Well, he was the star of the movie.
I understand he was the star, but fuck you, Kevin
still,
Costner.
Like, movie star, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't know. Me personally, as a movie, even if I was a movie star, I would want to be comfortable. But at the same time, if I knew that other crew members were having that shit going on, I would try to do something to actually accommodate and be like, look, let's try and figure something out to make them more comfortable.
Exactly. I would have stepped it down a few notches in order to get them some fucking air conditioning.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been like, well, sucks to be you guys. Bring on the hookers. Like, come on, dude. Like, fucking be a human towards other people. Like,
and you also have to give credit to Kevin Costner's wooden acting, because he's always wooden. That's Kevin Costner.
So from what I understand, he was going through a very fucked up divorce at the time too. A very fucked up divorce.
Can see that.
That will mess with your acting skills.
So that's why.
It also explains the aggression he had towards the women that he was in the movie. Fuck you! I'm gonna cut your hair, bitch.
Which, looking at IMDb, you know how they give little warnings about some uncomfortable behavior, like rape or swearing, murder, or whatever. It had a tagline for forcible haircut. What? What the fuck is this?
That is awesome.
Wait, what?
They had to fucking say that because that there's that one fucking Karen out there that watched the movie and went, "Oh, I'm outraged. He cut her hair and didn't ask first. He didn't get consent." That's fucking great.
This is fucking ridiculous.
No, I will say that the little girl, not to go start talking about everything else, but I just say the little girl in the movie.
She did really well.
She was a great actress because I've seen her in a few different movies as a little girl, playing little girl characters, And I forget the name of the movie. There's another movie where she was in with Whoopi Goldberg and another guy. She was fucking great in that. Like, every movie I saw that had her in it, she was great.
Last movie I saw her in where she was older was Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, she was fucking great in that, too.
Yeah.
She had the sideways 80s ponytail.
Yeah, she was selling those little
dude.
those little Ritz bracelets or something like that are handmade or something
and
like that.
like glamour shots or something.
Yeah.
You know what actress they
funny.
wanted her? They wanted the little girl to be to begin with? Anna Paquin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Anna Paquin's an Oscar winner, too.
Yeah,
She's
they
actually a very good
offered her.
actress.
They offered her the role first, and she
Yeah, because I
turned
believe
her down.
she won an Oscar for the piano, I believe, or pianist or something like that. Yeah, it's that one with
one of those ones that
Harvey
your
Keitel.
first thing out the gate wins you a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
All right.
You're fucking set.
Yeah. Fucking Ed
So,
Norton.
real quick, not to derail too much, but I did have a mistake earlier in the show that's going to get edited. I am going to do a punishment shot of my Taka for it because that fucking swill that I just had was just me tasting it because I wasn't here when you.
If you were to prefer a punishment shot, which one is worse, the Tube 60 or the fucking Taka?
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know because I was like staring at the bottle and I was like, I don't know. Because, okay.
You got to give credit to Tyler for bringing that in. That was a good bad drink.
Good fucking find.
For a bad movie, Army of the
He's
Dead.
like, all right,
You know what?
guys.
We can figure this out real quick. How about you do another shot of 2B60, followed immediately by a shot of Taka, and then you can determine right then and there.
Oh God! You just saying that, my mouth started watering. I'm like, I can't. So okay, the Taka has like a very strong rubbing alcohol aftertaste. That has a very strong
Pine Sol
fucking
cleaning
Pine
liquid.
Sol cleaner aftertaste. They're both equally shit. If you guys want to don't get rid of this.
Oh,
Save
we're
this as a
not.
punishment because. Honestly, interchangeable. Either one of them fucking
But
sucks.
believe it or not, I still think tequila's worse than that. That's why tequila's still my shot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Save that for me then because holy fucking God.
Once I run it, yeah, because I even got some Patron here that to use for my punishment. Oh, fuck. Yes, I know. And I know you're always trying to hunt down for a punishment shot.
You know
asshole.
what? Yeah,
Go ahead.
You don't like Patron? What is wrong with you?
I don't like tequila. I fucking hate it.
That's ridiculous that you're using Patron as a fucking punishment shot.
It's one of those little airplane bottles. It's just
That
one that
still
I
is
had
a
in my
fucking.
bar.
That's damn near a punishment shot by itself. Just to say you're using them as a punishment shot.
Oh, there was still a little bit of that in there too. No, it was like I got the vodka, and then I swallowed, and then the aftertaste is that. Fuck!
That Tube 60
Get it away
stays.
from
It
me.
lingers, man. It fucking
It's
lingers.
the devil.
Oh man.
Oh, my nose. Okay, continue with the movie.
Dude, I imagine that probably tastes like Lysol because Lysol has the lemon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the
Oh God, I'm gonna fuck a puke.
Punishment shot, bitch.
You still have some of it in your beard. Oh, it's so picturesque. Why don't we videotape these shows? You fucking fat slob.
That crunching sound you heard was Ron eating chips again.
Patron.
Oh, dude,
You know, so many people are listening to this show right now, and they're like, they hate you
the thing
because
is,
they're
I
like,
took-
you don't like Patron.
I wasn't thinking because I did eat it earlier and I got away from the camera.
Exactly, and that's
Hey.
why I've been waiting for you to fuck up again.
Let's go,
and you
tortilla
did.
chip. Take your fucking punishment, tortilla boy.
What, the third time he's done that?
Yep.
Little tortilla boy.
Third time I asked.
No,
What are
no,
you
that's
talking
the
about? I did it
second time.
once. Lenny did it the first time.
He did the first. Yeah, he's right.
Munchies. They get you every time.
Yep.
That's why I'm switching to Twizzlers.
That's not a full shot. That's
Top it off.
It's all the way to the top.
No, that's not.
Yeah, you pour more into the cup.
There you go.
Takes a bottle to the head.
Oh man, I can already fucking smell it.
Good. Smell the
Oh,
deliciousness.
dude, okay,
It's not- that's a good fucking tequila too.
That tequila is fucking
Yeah.
potent.
He's doing
It does
Casamigos.
taste good. I'm not saying it doesn't taste good, but that tequila is fucking potent. It's trying to come back up. It's trying to come back up. Don't you dare. You will puke all over your laptop. Don't you do it.
Oh, that shit sucks.
Get
back to the movie.
Stop sucking at your job.
He's like, oh, continue. Oh.
And thank you for not making me call a vote for that. You knew you fucked up.
Yeah, I knew. The thing is,
You're being a man, and I appreciate that.
Go back to the movie.
This is so good.
Down the wrong throat.
Oh, it's so
We're not
good.
hearing much from you, Tyler.
Yeah, no. You guys have been doing a great job talking about the movie. I have had a couple things to add, but nothing worth interjecting for. So earlier you were talking about this basically being Mad Max on the sea. As soon as the smokers show up, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking Mad Max. There's like no doubt whatsoever. Yeah, like you see like the fucking like the jet skis jump out of the water. Like there's like these like columns of black smoke coming out of them.
Yep.
And like you're like this is, and like the fucking costumes, and yeah, dude, I was like, yeah, this is Mad Max on the water.
Fuck yeah.
All the fucking way, dude.
What did you think of them though? I mean, what did you think of them being called the smokers? I mean, you think that was
a pretty cool.
It was actually a really
name.
good reason for that.
What?
Okay, so on the Valdez, they had some oil. They were able to refine a crude version of gasoline that would function, but since it's not pure gasoline, it would cause smoke to be coming out of your engine and stuff like that because it's not burning off all the impurities properly.
Right.
So smokers would be an actual good name.
Yeah, it works. It works perfectly.
I don't think they even call it gasoline. They call it go juice or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. How many G's of go juice do I got?
Yeah, we need more go juice.
Which, by the way, that old man that was like lived in the tank down below is so unfucking realistic. He would have survived maybe a day and he would have died. It's so dumb.
But he was so happy when that fucking flare came down.
Yeah,
thank God.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, thank God!" That was one of the best scenes in the movie.
When Deacon takes a Hudson Loogie right down there and it lands on
and
his
he
head.
thanks him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, continue with the synopsis.
Hey,
Shit!
But you got to admit though. You got to admit.
I'm clumsy. Sorry.
You got to admit because I'm a huge Dennis Hopper fan. Dennis Hopper was great as the Deacon.
I will say it right now because just listening to the beginning, Dennis Hopper was fucking great. He had some really awesome lines.
Which
it was okay. I will tell you. Okay, Tyler's shaking his head. Here's the thing: was the movie horse shit? Yes, but some of the scenes and some of the lines that came out of Dennis Hopper were really fucking funny.
Yeah,
and his his chemistry with the little girl. When she's like starts laughing and she goes, "You're in so much trouble," and he fucking slaps her. God, that was perfect. Like, I could totally see like them. They had a really good chemistry. I don't know how they were like off film.
Dennis Hopper was having a good time. This was just a fun role for me.
It looked like he was enjoying himself.
If you were to pick a good Dennis Hopper role, what is your favorite Dennis Hopper role?
So another terrible fucking movie. When he was King Koopa in like the
Mortal.
Oh God, that movie sucks.
Guess what, guys? Bad. I'm planning on picking out one of my movies.
Oh
my
God, I can't wait.
Super Mario Brothers.
I'm gonna take a steaming shit on that movie. It's gonna be great.
Easy Rider. That's a good one. Yeah. What's yours?
Okay, it's gonna sound like stereotypical, but I thought it was fucking great. I loved him in Speed. He was
he was a good villain.
No, that came to mind too.
I would say it's a tie because of how fucking weird he was.
Yeah.
Between Speed and Blue Steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
He was fucking bizarre when he was sitting there going, and he was sucking the oxygen and going, "Daddy wants to fuck," and he's like attacking the chick.
Punishment Shot. You got the wrong fuking movie.
I do not have the wrong movie.
Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet, Blue Steel. They're similar.
I was looking. I was like, Blue Steel. What the fuck?
Because
that's talking about Zoolander. Like
All right. Who votes for a Punishment Shot? That's a completely wrong. Blue Steel. Blue Velvet. Seriously.
Now you know what?
Before Are you serious?
Well, so we did say this. We got a bunch of us a few times just for mispronouncing something.
But that's a different name.
No. You know what? It's fine. This isn't me being like, I love drinking because I don't like drinking this shit. I'll even go so far as to do another shot of this fucking
Tubi.
Horse
Okay.
piss.
Thank you for doing that because it was hard for me to decide. I'm
Blue
what are you talking about? Because that's not even a pronouncement. That's actually a different name.
You're right.
My name's Ron. I like to eat potato chips.
We've all done those misspeaks.
No, here's the thing. Yeah, I meant to say Blue Velvet. I said Blue Steel. That's on me. I will take my punishment. Fuck, I don't like.
Which, by the way, that's going to be a future in January. That's by future.
Blue. You want to do Blue Velvet?
I'm doing Blue Velvet for January.
I did. Okay, so
David
funny
Lynch.
story.
Great fucking
funny story. Blue Velvet. The only reason why I have any inkling as to that movie, I would never just voluntarily watch that thing because it was fucking weird. I watched it because I took a film class in college, and that was one of the things the professor wanted us to watch.
Oh, look at Mr. College Guy over here.
And he okay. And bunch of blue-collared, fucking uneducated gorillas. He actually broke the film down, and we psychoanalyzed it. It was really fucking cool.
Dude, while he's about to ready to take a shot, I'm just going to go ahead.
This stuff fucking sucks so bad, ladies and gentlemen. Do yourself a non-favor. If you want to fuck your night up, go try this shit.
Dennis Hopper, I'm going to say this real quick. My pick for Dennis Hopper to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yeah, dude, good pick.
That's a good one right
pick.
there.
He was great. My favorite scene of his, one of the favorite scenes of that movie, is when he goes fucking chainsaw shopping.
Yes.
And he's purposefully, like, wielding them in the store like a weapon, and the guy's like, like the guy that owns the store. It was so good. Oh, fuck, okay, I'm going to stop talking and stop avoiding this like a pussy.
Drink this Pine Sol.
Hold on. Try it before the Red Bull. Try it before the Red Bull. So you can see what the Red Bull does.
Try it before the Red Bull?
So you can see what the Red Bull does.
Dude, this stuff sucks, bro. Like, I'm not being, like, theatrical for the show. Oh, fuck this stuff. It's bad. Ah, fuck.
It's a lot better with the Red Bull.
Like I said, it lightens it up a lot.
Believe it or not, it tastes a little bit of...
Okay.
You know, I think it's settled down before, and that's the reason why the taste was different.
Fuck me, man. I'm going to stop talking if I have to drink that again. You know what? That might be my new punishment shot. This stuff's bad.
Well, it's going to be mine because I think I
I
already
want to
went
know
down that
what
whole bottle
guy
of tequila.
has drank this and been like, oh, that tastes good. So I can kick him square in the balls.
It was developed by Israelis. Okay?
Better buy a plane ticket.
Dear God. Motherfucker.
They are used to surviving bombings. This ain't shit to them.
That's true. They're like, American pussy can't drink it.
Exactly.
You know, there's a guy
These
somewhere
are the
that's
fuckers
like,
who developed Krav Maga.
oh, fuck my life.
Okay, so this went through a fuck ton of rewrites.
Not surprised.
Fuck ton of rewrites.
Not
I think
surprised at
I think
all.
I saw one stat where it was like 36 writers at one time or another credited and fucking around with this script. So the original script was definitely fucking different than what we ended up seeing. In the original script, it was more concerned, conceived of an apocalyptic story set on the sea with a lot of mythic and religious overtones. In Raiders' screenplay, the mariner was actually a human and the chief defender of the atoll. So basically, the cops, the role, I forget the actor's name, but the one who played like the sheriff of the atoll.
Yeah.
Originally,
he's a well-known actor, apparently.
Yeah. I've seen him in a million fucking things.
Yeah.
I don't know his fucking name, and I can't tell you a single thing I've fucking seen him in, but I recognize him immediately.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
So apparently, Kevin Costner's character was supposed to be more of that role. And his embarrassing secret was that he enjoyed painting seahorses. Yeah.
I love your Tyler's hilarious.
Helen had 2 of her own children along with the adopted Enola, and the deacon was actually called Neptune, a campy, silly villain who dressed like King Trident and sat atop of a throne on the Exxon Valdez. He would command a group of subordinates who had all sorts of mutations, such as lobster claws, and he punished them by slapping them around the face with wet fish.
What?
Yes.
Did they just like reuse that script for Pirates of the Caribbean?
Basically, yeah.
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 I didn't even think
I can totally see that.
I see that, yeah.
And
wait, hold on. This is irrelevant. It's relevant. Trust me, it is. All right. I didn't have it queued up. The whole thing with the seahorses.
That was worth it.
That was good.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
I'm not even mad.
Yes.
I've been wanting to use that for so long.
All right.
Kevin Costner, you weirdo. All right,
so
continue.
Enola's tattoo would give instructions on how to find Water's End, which is what it was referred to instead of dry land.
Yeah.
Which I actually like Water's End better.
I think that sounds
I
cool.
think that would have been.
You said Water's End?
Water's End.
Like the end of the
where
water. You know, Water's
ends
End.
and
That's actually
land
pretty
begins.
cool.
Yeah, that sounds
Cool
better
name.
to me than dry land. I don't know why they went back to dry land.
Why do they do
You
that? all
found
this
dry
fucking
land?
and
No,
the
I
thing
found
is-
wetland, you fucking retard.
Exactly.
See, what the documentary also pointed out about the writer and who originally wrote this is how whenever your script is like taken around to other writers, it's like it's your baby being pulled away and other people messing around with it and everything else. That does suck because that happens normally in movies right now, where a writer writes a movie and it's Alien. Alien's another example. The first Alien was the whole space truckers in space, but the script was completely revised and completely changed.
But most of this script sounds fucking ridiculous.
It's like
I'm sorry.
It's
So
like giving your baby to that Russian yoga lady that swings your baby around. Have you seen those videos?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I would if I ever meet her, I will kick her straight between the legs. I saw that.
and make
I
baby
was-
strong.
I can't even watch it. I was like, you fucking psychopath. Anyways, continue. Rewrites.
Okay. So they had a fuck ton of people, including Josh Whedon, doing rewrites on
Josh
this.
fucking Whedon.
Yes.
Oh, my God. A lot of him lately.
Which Whedon, from what I saw from his interviews, what his rewrites entailed was basically nobody was listening to Kevin Costner, and Kevin Costner was basically like, everybody listen to me, do what I say.
Not surprised.
Yeah. So he sat down and tried to incorporate the best that he could what Kevin Costner wanted to do. So the entirety of Joss Whedon's contribution was a few, zingers spoke by Dennis Hopper and a couple of scenes, which Whedon says it makes him cringe even watching those scenes because what horse shit they are.
But you know what? I can't complain because some of the Deacon's dialogue is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Just punching it up a little
Joss
bit.
Whedon is he's talented.
Yes.
He has good writing, but he also is a fucking dick from what I hear. I mean, and there's a whole bunch of shit going on about him right now as a director.
I don't give a fuck what type of person you are if you're putting up good stuff.
Yeah, and he
I
does.
care less.
And, I mean, he wrote some good. He wrote Alien Resurrection, which I thought was decent. It was a decent film. I mean,
Yes.
you'd agree with that, Tyler.
Yeah, no, I actually like the movie.
Yeah, and Joss Whedon is he writes some good stuff. He also wrote the didn't he? What was the series that he wrote? Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly.
Yeah.
Which is a great series.
Amazing fucking series.
No, I love it.
That got canceled way too fucking soon.
Yeah, and that was like the success from that, like the cult following that show had after the fact. Like what I heard, like is what teed him up for Avengers.
Yeah,
yeah. And the thing is I watched the series. We came out a long time ago, and my brother kept getting on me about watching it, and I finally did, and I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, why was this show canceled? But at least he got to finish it off with a movie called Serenity, which is actually really decent.
That was what I was about to ask. I'm pretty sure that was
That is technically.
I was about to say
sequel
Serenity is a spinoff of or comes
no, it's
comes
not.
from.
No, it's actually a sequel. It's basically the
because I saw Serenity a long time ago without having any fucking knowledge about Firefly at all. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
and I watched Serenity with I think my mom. I don't know. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I thought that Serenity did a really fucking good job for people just like you who had no fucking clue about the prior material.
And it didn't matter.
Yeah, it did a great job being its own self-contained.
But if you watch Firefly, you
made it so much better.
You connect to the characters better. So, I mean, it works a lot better.
I'm gonna have to
much like an upcoming film that I'm sure we're gonna fucking discuss. The Many Saints of Newark.
Oh, I can't wait! I'm excited.
I saw.
as fuck about that.
You sent me that trailer. I watched it.
I mean, I'm a huge Sopranos
You
fan.
cannot punishment shot me for this. Suck a dick. I've got kids and a wife.
I didn't say anything.
I'm going to say it right now. I haven't seen any of the Sopranos. I've never even.
I'm not going to hold you. Trust me. I know a lot of people that have.
Though. But sitting down and actually taking the time to fucking watch
if we
stuff
could punishment
is
shot for stuff you haven't seen,
I'd be fucked.
You'd be dead.
You're fucked from
Ron would be dead.
Yeah. No,
you've gotten a lot better, but there's still a shit ton of stuff you haven't seen.
But all right, we'll
okay.
go down.
Do we have to go down the Tommy Boy road? I don't think we should.
We're already going down the Mallrats road. You've never seen fucking Mallrats.
Will you suck my dick?
Your wife was even shocked.
We are going to fix that, though. As a group, we are going to drag Lenny screaming and kicking into appreciation.
So, Stu, real quick, funny story. We were at my in-laws last night doing 4th of July, and these two fucking brought up the fact that I hadn't seen Mallrats. I didn't know my wife. I don't know. My wife's a big fan of like Clerks and all that shit and that whole thing. She sat me down and was like, "You are going to watch Clerks. You're going to watch Clerks 2 with me." So we did. But I don't know. I've never seen Mallrats. Yeah. So they were like, yeah, fucking, he hasn't even seen Mallrats. And she like dropped what she was doing. It was almost like that scene where like the record goes, and like she looks at me and she goes, "You haven't seen Mallrats?" And I'm like, "No, I've been married to you. How many years has it been? Have I ever sat and watched Mallrats? I don't know. I spent 90% of my time with you. Do you ever remember seeing Mallrats with me sitting next to you? Then I haven't fucking seen it." And
well, how do you think it is?
Well, you need to watch it. You suck.
Yeah, well, guess what? I've been getting the same shit. Ever since we did the Tommy Boy episode, everybody who's listened to the episode has been coming up, "You never seen Tommy Boy?"
Chris Farley should slap
giving me
you.
shit.
I'm just saying. You've seen Black Sheep, though, right?
I have it in my... I actually have it because my in-law...
But have you seen
it? No. Have you seen it?
I told you. I said it on the show.
Fuck!
That should be a punishment
and
shot.
You still haven't seen it. Even though we addressed it on the show, you still haven't seen it.
I got to make the time. I have the DVD. I have the DVD.
Black Sheep is like Tommy Boy Part 2 almost. It's like totally different settings, but like the character is almost exactly the same. But it's fucking good. You got to check it out.
All right. We got to get back into the movie.
We're sorry, guys. Subject. We're way off
Sorry about that, guys.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Stu.
Okay. So, as I said, it started out with this weird, small budget little thing, Roger Corman, the
Which is
great
crazy.
fucking Roger Corman, was going to make it.
He's low budget
as a film. The second he realized it was going to be over $5 million, he's like, I'm out. Fuck y'all.
Because that's not Roger Corman's style. No,
I respect that though. Yeah. He realized that was not his swim lane. That's not what he does. And he's just like, yeah, this is not my thing. Like I'm done.
Yep,
I respect that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Kevin Costner gets the script. He starts getting interested in it, and Kevin Costner, being fucking Kevin Costner, he gets whatever the fuck he wants.
Well,
so
like
it passes on from Corman to Largo Entertainment, a mid-budget, production company, and then it quickly fucking, because of Kevin Costner, spiraled out of what they felt comfortable with. So then they bring in Universal to make it a co-production.
Yeah.
All right.
And make a more bigger budget and everything else.
And then it spirals even more until eventually it's a Kevin Costner Universal pick.
What was the original budget after when Kevin Costner and Largo Entertainment took it? What was the budget that it went to before it started rising more because they realized how hard it was to film out in water, that it just kept rising and the budget kept going up?
I think it was something like 45 to 55 is what Largo was comfortable with.
175?
It ended at 170. That's when crazy. Universal came in and basically had, by the time Universal came in, and also Kevin Costner, I will give him credit. He put in $22 million of his own money.
See, that's good.
All right. I will
give
him credit.
I'm going to say this flat out. All right. I know Kevin Costner, people think he's a dick and everything else, but overall, he has enjoyable films. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You all enjoy. That's a fun film.
Oh, yeah. Robin Hood was fucking awesome.
Bodyguard. That's another good one.
Bodyguard was fucking good. No, okay, so Kevin Costner, if for some weird reason you're actually listening to this fucking podcast, I highly doubt it. But if you are, dude, honestly, man, we love you. You're awesome. I am a huge fan. The seahorse thing is weird. I'm just going to say it. But you're fucking great, dude. I would be so honored to be able to just fucking meet you and be within a few feet of you. So I just want to throw it out there. Robin Hood, I forget how old I was, but I saw that movie when I was younger.
I saw it in theaters.
And I fucking loved it, dude.
Yeah, no,
Kevin Costner is awesome. Dances with Wolves, I can't even.
That is a classic. In fact, he won Best Director for that one. Dances with Wolves is one of his best movies of all time.
Yeah, like he's a fucking legend.
But Ditch the Postman.
Do you remember? Okay, what was the name of the movie? Oh, Mr. Brooks. Did you ever see Mr. Brooks? Where he played a serial killer.
Yes. I can't believe that had Dane Cook in it though.
Dane Cook was.
Cook was fucking everywhere back in the day.
He was,
all right,
yeah,
he's nowhere now. He's nowhere to be seen.
But that was a good movie. But I mean, even in that movie, he was fucking
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yes,
the Elvis. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I think that was Kurt Russell too.
He was fucking great in that movie. Yeah, he was great in that movie because he was like a legitimate. Considered to be an possible illegitimate child of Elvis. So like anything Elvis, he was like fucking dead serious about it.
Oh yeah.
God, he was absolutely amazing in that movie, but so was Kurt Russell. I think that's a movie we need to do. That movie was fucking great.
Which one? 3,000 Miles of Graceland?
Yes.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
That was a great movie. And, okay, Courtney Cox, super hot in that movie.
Yep.
Until she got her plastic done.
Yeah, she got a bunch of plastic surgery. What the fuck, man?
It's
you don't need it, girl. Stop. Continue.
So Kevin Costner gets involved. It skyrockets. Universal comes in. They have a budget they plan for like $100 million, even with Costner's $22 million. And Largo has basically tapped out by that point. They're also like, oh yeah, we can't fucking afford that fucking shit. So they basically tap out. Kevin Costner comes in and he demands that Kevin Reynolds is the director,
which is a good pick.
Well, Kevin Reynolds was the one who directed Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, I can see why he did that. Yeah,
he's directed a lot of good films. He also directed this movie called Rapa Nui. It takes place during Easter Island and everything. It's actually a really decent film.
He did that right before going into Waterworld.
Yes, and he also did one of the best. I think it's a good movie. I'm surprised Tyler hasn't seen it because we just talked about it recently. The Count de Monte Cristo.
Yeah, it's the Antonio Banderas 2002 flick.
No, Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce.
By the way, if
Count de Monte Cristo.
If we're talking,
even young Henry Cavill.
Was Banderas in a Count of Monte Cristo flick?
Just want to.
If he was, I don't know about it.
Just want to throw out there if we're talking Kevin Costner stuff.
That feels like it was around 2002 with the one you're talking about.
It's Guy Pearce and Jim Caviezel. I don't know anyone with Antonio Banderas. I'll have to look that up.
Fucking nerd alert.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Movie nerd. We're going to hand the table over to Tyler over here, who's going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the flaws in the movie, and then we are going to do a table round because all of us have got comments. Go ahead.
All right, so this movie, fuck me, dude.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This is kind of a normal
There
thing
it
with
is.
So where to start with all this? All right. So how the fuck is there a 3-hour cut of this movie?
It's actually really good because it flushes out a lot of things that weren't in the theatrical cut. I actually, in fact, it even has a great scene with Jack Black, the airport.
So from what I understand, it was Costner in the studio who was pushing to get it cut down from 3 hours
because of Wyatt Earp.
Because
Wyatt Earp was a 3-hour cut version, and it came out that way in the and it was a flop. It was a complete flop, so they wanted to shorten it down so that it was Kevin Costner. Because Kevin Reynolds recommends his cut, and there's actually 3 cuts. There is a TV edit cut, which has basically got all the extra footage, but it's got all the nudity and the dialogue, the graphic dialogue taken out. And then there's also a fan edit called the Ulysses cut, which is basically got all that stuff put back in plus the TV edit. It's actually a really good version, and I actually recommend it because there's a lot of things that are explained, like the whole ending with them finally finding the land.
Yep.
That's Mount Everest.
I know.
There's a plaque that wasn't in the theatrical cut that shows that it's Mount
But
Everest.
it's already been heavily implied. It didn't need that fucking plaque to let you know it's fucking Mount Everest.
Well, I mean, I guess because nobody...
What's the highest fucking point on Earth? It's goddamn Mount Everest.
Yeah, but
so what's the last thing they get flooded?
Motherfucking
Mount Everest.
You know, some people might not be that smart.
It's pretty fucking obvious it's goddamn Mount
I
Everest.
understand that for people that are
Excuse
smart, but some
man.
people out there are like, oh, what is that? Where'd they come from? I'm sure that people wouldn't
People like
even
you?
know. Oh, fuck you. Ass.
God.
Yeah, no.
I'm not the simple. I'm not the simple mind. That's Lenny.
Well,
That's my job.
Lo and behold, I believe Simple Mind over here, whatever, is actually the most educated person in the room.
Yeah, Mr. College fucking education.
Dude, I have some college. I didn't get a degree. Do you have a degree?
I literally, oh my God. Oh my
Sammy
God.
just brought us some donuts.
They were just put in front of me. Oh my shit. Of course you grabbed the Homer donut, you fucker.
That's my shit.
Oh, it's my
fuck.
shit too. And he took a bite of it, so I'm fucked. Anyways, so basically, to answer Tyler's question, I could probably go to college and take, I want to say 2 more classes, and I would have a liberal arts degree. I've taken.
Did we just hear that chewing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can still hear it now.
Yeah. Punishment shot.
You shut your mouth. You Homer donut stealing motherfucker.
Dude, really?
Yep.
Punishment
Punishment shot.
Are you fucking serious?
You know what?
You can hear the donut.
Yes.
crunching in my-
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a wet boot in
That's
mud.
why I was even double checking, make sure
It's
it wasn't
fucking-
just my
It
imagination.
is dirty sounding. My ears are accosted. You are going to drink some Patron, you little fucking bearded imp.
I think it should be fucking 2B60. Not waste fucking Patron.
All right, you all make a vote. Which one do you want me to drink?
2B60.
2B60.
You guys who are listening, I love you guys for listening, and I cannot fucking wait until eventually we actually videotape these.
You know what? I'll take that Patron shot just so you're not alone.
You really heard the fucking donut?
Dude, it sounded like you're
Yes,
saying a fat
dude.
chick.
Okay, no, listen, guys, listen. This is what I heard.
Exactly.
That's what we heard.
And know what's really
Now
fucked
drink
up?
your shot.
Is the second I saw her put those donuts down, I'm like, all right, it's gonna get another fucking shot.
No. Oh, okay. So, Stu, you're going to love this. This motherfucker yesterday, in front of both of us, has a big, soft, baked chocolate cookie, takes a giant bite of it, and as he does, he goes, I have diabetes. That is fucking poetic.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to start preemptively calling you peg leg.
All right, well, cheers.
Cheers, motherfucker. I got a drink right here. Cheers.
Drink it.
Oh, fuck. It's so bad. I actually know. He is literally trembling, ladies
You
and
know
gentlemen.
what? You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm certain with that temperature, it's worse than tequila.
It's fucking bad. I know, right? It's fucking bad. We are kindred spirits.
It was chilled because that tastes horrible worse than last time.
No, it was room temp.
It's fucking bad. I'm glad I'm not alone. It was fucking gross.
Dude, you suck, dude. Why'd you bring that shit?
You're welcome.
Tyler's like, I did my research.
Well, that's bad. All right, Tyler, back to you.
You guys answered my question about like how could this possibly be 3 hours, and I guess like there were some requirements about the time.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like how you can make this an entertaining 3 hours. So probably cutting it back was probably a good idea.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of parts of this movie that fucking drag.
Well, there's plot holes though. But there's plot holes. The thing is that the extended edition fills in those plot holes that weren't. Have you seen the one?
I've seen it years.
I think I'm the
ago
only one.
But I saw the TV edit version.
Yeah, see, I got the Arrow Blu-ray. They come out with like really great films, and they do a lot of special. They do like almost like a Criterion collection type of treatment to the films.
Criterion collection.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that twice. But anyways, they do a lot of special features, commentaries, documentaries, and stuff like that. And they released the TV edit version. They released the cut that I was telling you about, and also the theatrical cut. And I watched it, and I actually enjoyed it more because it flushed out a lot of things. It explained a lot more things. It's almost 40 minutes longer, but it's actually worth it. I suggest you watch it, and you might have a different opinion about the movie.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, like I did like the Zack Snyder Justice League, so
yeah. So you know what? Sometime down the road, I'm going to go ahead and just let you borrow the Blu-ray, and sometime we'll in another future episode you can tell me, hey, what did you think of that? Did it change your opinion at all or something?
I got you.
Like yeah,
maybe like a tasting room or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So all you hippies out there, so obviously this movie, like Stu, you were kind of mentioned that like that. This movie has a lot of like environmental overtones, a lot of religious overtones, which is really, really, really.
That's also explained in the extended version. Yeah, because the smokers, it tells about their whole religion, who they worship, and stuff like that.
So so this takes place hundreds of years after the Great Melt, we'll call it, and there's a lot of references to things that are contemporary now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I get the whole like the Saint John or Saint Joe thing, whatever, inside the boat because they have a picture of him. But Deacon makes a reference to Poseidon. Like, how do they know anything about Poseidon?
Well, that could be simple.
history.
Just basically word of mouth being passed on. Humanity for the longest time we were just oral storytellers.
Yeah,
and that story would still keep going on, especially if your entire outside is to deal with water. And I can't even pin when I first learned about Neptune or Poseidon. I can't even say for sure when I first learned about them.
But
it's something that just goes along with that.
Yeah, Poseidon. Anything. I don't think anybody in their elementary school, everything else, anything worded Poseidon would mean water, would mean the ocean. It would have to do with the ocean.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that would have in their records, they didn't talk about it in the movie, but I'm sure that they have some
records. I would assume are almost non-existent because remember the trader with the paper. You know how rare paper was.
Honestly,
yeah, but you know what? No, how long does it take for everything? If everything melted, how long of a process do you think that would have been for the polar ice caps to melt?
I think it would take about as long as your mom. Anyways,
what the fuck? I'm asking a real question.
I'm trying to say something. It doesn't matter. So, listen, the whole thing with Poseidon, I'm trying to, oh God, it's killing me. You guys are like going back and forth trying to find a logical explanation, and there isn't one, but there is an explanation that makes sense, and it's coming from this guy, and that's this. By the way, for those of you listening, I just pointed my thumb at myself. Okay, so Poseidon, the whole thing with Poseidon. Honestly, all it boils down to is everyone knows that it has something to do with the ocean. Some dumb motherfucker at some point decided that let's put a lot of emphasis on that because the polar caps melted and supposedly the whole world's underwater, whatever. And so the whole world revolves around the ocean.
Yeah.
So Poseidon being the key factor in that,
the water god,
we're going to make that be our god. We're going to make that the most important thing that we focus our attention on because he is the ruler of that realm.
Right.
So they started spreading stories, word of mouth. It takes one fucking person to listen to what you have to say and think it's important enough to pass it on to others. And the next thing you know, it spreads and it spreads and it spreads. Now you talk about a century, 100 years, that gives enough time for something to spread enough to where it becomes religion. It becomes, oh, this is the word. This is the Bible. This is what it is. And everyone listens to that one message and they start to worship it. That's all it takes.
No, you got a point. You got a point.
All right. So some of the things about the movie that just don't make any sense. We already kind of covered that. They estimate that if the polar ice caps were to melt, the water levels would only rise like 20 or was it 20 feet or something like that?
No, actually, no. He said it was 300 feet.
All right. The most recent estimates is if every not just polar ice caps, if every piece of land ice, so we're talking about the mountain caps, everything, if everything melted, it would be like 280 feet.
So which still doesn't which doesn't cover the Rockies.
Nope. No. It would take out, but basically, just for idea of America, it would take out most of Florida, but not even all of Florida, because there will still be some points that are
California.
above that'll be high enough.
Well, so Ocala, I know for a fact is I believe it's not Ocala, but the highest point in Florida is is 300 feet above sea level. So so there would be a part of a Florida.
So there would still be, and it would take out a good portion of the East Coast all the way up till probably Richmond area, if not a little bit further north of Virginia, because Washington, D.C. would still not be underwater.
Really?
It'd be right close to it.
So basically, the coast would be right off along D.C.
And the same thing with the West Coast. A good portion of it would
New York would be underwater, though.
Because they're how much closer to sea level.
Yeah, well,
the White House would have oceanfront property. And
basically, yeah.
So, and I'm looking at these. These were projections by I want to say National Geographic did these most recent projections that I was looking at.
And I trust those guys.
And I have no reason not to trust them.
Yeah, National Geographic's everywhere.
They're pretty most of America would still be fine. Yeah. Most of every single continent would still be above water. Yes, it would be fucking hot as shit. Absolutely. And a lot of fucking land and a lot of fucking people would die. Absolutely. I'm not taking that away.
But it wouldn't cover the whole.
But the whole world wouldn't be underwater.
No. It would increase some of it, but also overall, the amount of water that's on the earth is you think it's a lot. But it's not very deep in most parts.
All right, you know that part. You know that part when Kevin Costner takes him down to the
which he just happened to be above a fucking city.
Well, see, no, I was actually going to point you out.
Happened to be a fucking.
How would you know that you have a point there? Because he could be right near the Menaire's Trench, or something like that, and going as low as that. But that looked like some more of like a city that could be like New York City, because in almost every movie that comes out, there's always something that any type of big city, it's always New York. It's always fucking New York.
Well, that definitely wasn't New York.
No, it wasn't New York, but I'm saying Planet of the Apes. It was fucking Statue of Liberty. I mean,
I think it was L.A. because you saw like that donut shop.
No. Supposedly though, I know what you're saying because I thought the same thing, but I was reading about it. They also had some of the buildings from Interpose from Denver. In there, they had different buildings from different places, so it wasn't one city. It was like a amalgamation of different ideas of a city. This way, it wasn't any one particular.
They're trying
place.
to do like in every town, every
exactly.
And
actually, that donut apparently actually wasn't a donut. It was a lifesaver.
Yeah, no, I remember reading that in the documentary.
It was a lifesaver.
But what
it was called Mike's Donuts after the stunt, not stunt guy, but the creative FX guy.
That's one big fault of the movie that I'm really mad about is when they go underwater to see that city is how there was no decompression.
Nope.
The fucking temperature would be below freezing down below.
Okay. That I can't 100% say. It depends on how much the temperature has rose.
You know what? I didn't even think about that because the polar ice cap's melting, and the water might have been a little bit
and
warmer
humans may have adapted to a warmer climate because
but the decompression though.
Yeah, the decompression. I can't say shit.
That girl should have been popped like a fucking balloon.
Yeah,
I mean,
which he should have been popped like a fucking balloon with how much he does.
He's at fucking gills.
I don't care about the gills. I care about the fact the pressure. The pressure alone would be fucking insane.
On that little fucking bubble.
So
even when he just fucking free swimming down there.
Yeah,
that pressure would fucking pop him.
So I will say this about the decompression thing. I actually did see a little snippet on, I want to say it was YouTube, about decompression. And one of the cool things that it never really put it in perspective until I saw this. But these guys, these two guys got into like a little like 2-man submarine thing, this little thing, right? And they got like a metal cable and they made like a little cage. And inside the cage was this styrofoam mannequin head. And it was the same shape as an actual human head. And they said that based off the fact that it was made out of styrofoam, I mean, it's relatively close to, like, as far as density goes, what our head consists of. So, as an experiment, they took this head without decompression, without all that fancy shit, and they just started diving. These two guys in the sub, they were, they did all the precautions, everything they needed to do in order to be able to go down deep without it being a problem. They went down, I want to say it was like 200-300 feet, something like that. and or maybe it might have been more than that. I honestly, for those of you listening, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I don't remember the exact depth. They went really fucking deep. Let's put it that way. They came back up to the surface. That human head that was made out of styrofoam was the size of a fucking golf ball.
A golf ball?
I can see that.
Fucking golf ball.
The pressure squeezing out all there.
So if you don't decompress, which Chick, obviously didn't do, and you go that fucking deep, there's a good chance your head's gonna fucking cave in on itself and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
There's no way.
From what I understand, the decompression isn't the decompression sickness, the bends. It isn't from the pressure. It's because of the nitrogen bubbles that build up inside of your bloodstream and inside of your body that basically needs to slowly be let out. If it goes too soon, then those bubbles expand quickly, and that's what fucks you up. That's what kills you right there. But what the styrofoam that sounds to me like it was a straight pressure, because the deeper you go, the more you're increasing your pressure. It's like if you dive to the bottom of a deep end of a pool, you're feeling that pressure already at you, just because you're getting multiple Earth's gravities pushing in on you.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me. This reminds me of the movie that I plan on picking for next year, The Abyss. James Cameron's The Abyss. Because no. In fact, I almost wanted to do that for the Out to Sea series, but we all picked our movies. So sometime next year, I plan on doing that movie because that is a classic James Cameron, and that's a great feat of filmmaking the way they did that.
Next summer.
Yeah, next summer. That'll probably be a next summer hit, but
coming all over your face next
so long as you guys continue to listen to our stupid fucking show.
You know that the guy, he got like a sickness and he went psychotic because of the decompression, the being down there and stuff like that. So
he started like fucking having a seizure.
Yeah, and stuttering and stuff like that.
The pressure was so much, and he's sitting there
carving his arm.
Yeah, he had like a little small keyboard on his arm, and he's sitting there trying to fucking type, and it got to a point where it was just gibberish.
That's Bruce Willis.
Because he couldn't. It wasn't Bruce Willis. You bearded fuck.
Ed Harris.
Enjoy.
Hold on. You were calling for a punishment shot over Blue Steel. At least he got one of the two words fucking correct.
High five.
And then he volunteered to take his punishment shot like a man without calling like a vote.
My hands out for high fives.
Y'all need to vote because
Stu, hit me high.
Y'all need to vote. Go ahead and vote.
Tyler, are you voting?
Yeah, no, sorry. I was actually trying to figure out what the pressure was going to be for 280 feet, because we assume that's where how deep down they went, because they went all the way to the floor, right? So 280 feet above sea level.
Just go away from it.
Above sea level. And I figured out what the pressure is. So I have that. I'm sorry, when I was doing
that.
No,
what's the pressure? I'm curious.
It's so we're used to 14.7 pounds of pressure per square inch up here. Down there it'd be 124 pounds per square inch,
which is insane. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean you're talking almost 10
There's
times.
No fucking way.
10 times the pressure that you're used to.
So it's over 10 times.
So it's completely 280 square
Tyler.
How they portrayed
so
it.
Tyler, do you agree that her bones probably would have fucking crushed?
I don't know if her bones would have crushed, but she
wouldn't have been able to
she wouldn't have been alive.
Yeah, she wouldn't have been able to expand her lungs. There's no way her diaphragm would work.
Let's get back to the more important thing. Since
Spicy Boner
pulled a incorrect fucking actor, completely incorrect fucking actor, not even same names, and he had just tried to call Lenny out earlier over Blue Steel versus Blue Velvet.
I think we're going to call a punishment shot also on Stu because he said, yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, you did.
Said what?
Oh, dude.
Oh, God. I'll take it. I'll take it like a man. I'll take it like a fucking man. I won't even fucking goddamn almost vomit in my seat and like I'm shitting my pants. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to...
All right, first of all, do you vote for a punishment shot for me?
So you said a totally different name?
Yes. He said Bruce Willis versus...
Ed Harris.
Totally fucking different person.
That's not even the same person.
Yeah, I know.
Tyler, I love you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Punishment shot for both of you guys. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so happy. All right, here we go.
Fucking wasted by the next episode.
Is that supposed to be a dove with like an olive branch on the
grassy
bottom?
ass?
All right, cheers, buddy.
Right.
Punishment shot, cheers.
Yummy, yummy for your tummy. Someone's gonna fucking vomit. So, okay. Stu took a little sip of his beer.
That was your first one. I've had it like 4 times.
You had it twice.
No, the other episodes too.
And I had it the other episode too also.
Oh, God, that shit sucks. Get back to the movie. Get back to the movie.
So, Tyler, you have the floor. Continue.
All right. So we already kind of talked about how much the water would rise was complete total bullshit. You know, they made it seem like, oh, dry land is a myth. Like, there's nothing left. Everything's completely covered in water. We know that's bullshit. That's not the way it would be. Also, if they've been living for hundreds of years without trees, they wouldn't be able to fucking breathe.
Yep.
So they should have known that there was. I mean, I understand that this is a society that's.
Hold on, they had those trees on Mount Everest.
You know what? I didn't even think about.
I'm sure that's providing all the oxygen for the entire fucking planet.
For the entire
Tyler, you are a spot on in that because I didn't even think about that because trees give us oxygen.
They do have a few trees. They do. Like we saw in the atoll, that massive old fucking tree.
But that's not enough.
I know.
don't think that's enough.
I know.
Unless Mount Everest,
which they had a few. They had quite a few.
Because would that have been the only land that they had in that whole planet?
Yes.
I mean,
that's
but still following the whole planet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big inaccuracy.
But that is a good point. I did not even think about that aspect.
That's really good, Tyler.
They didn't even. Yeah, like it's implied that that's.
Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. Kevin Costner, Waterworld.
Which, by the way, that is the most famous line from the movie. It's never said. It is never said in the entire fucking movie.
That movie has to be done in the future. Cable Guy is going to be in that future episode. That is probably one of my favorite Jim Carrey
movies of all time.
Out there. Yes.
Sorry.
So they rushed out the trailer for that film with James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
as
where he does the
narration.
narration. Yeah,
yes.
I've seen it. Yeah.
So they rushed that out in order. Well, they had barely fucking anything. In the fucking can, they had like a single fight scene at the atoll. That's all they had in the fucking can at the time because they were so worried about other films beating them to the punch. Because of course that's at the time where you're getting a very similar movie made at the same fucking time.
Right.
So they rushed that out to be the first one.
Well, they only filmed about half the movie too, so they only had footage basically from the atoll and stuff like that. They didn't really have all the last half of the movie to put in the trailer. Yep. It's just basically stuff when the mariners in the atoll and everything. So, because I've seen the trailer, it was in a documentary and everything, and it's narrated by James Earl Jones, and it's actually a decent trailer.
How much? I wonder how much he got paid for that.
Probably like $10 million.
Because he has an amazing fucking voice.
He always has.
How much did they fucking pay him to narrate a fucking movie trailer?
Well, it's fucking Darth Vader,
he's
man.
Straight up almost 80 years old, and the guy's
But he
voice,
was a lot younger then.
His voice is still so iconic, man.
His voice would fit in the same iconic voice as Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman's got
I
a great
just
voice
watched Sneakers. Do you guys remember the mid-90s film
Yes.
Sneakers?
Oh, yes, with what's his name?
Robert Redford.
Yes, Robert Redford.
Yep. I just showed that film to my oldest son for the first time, and with a preface that, all right, keep in mind, when this came out, all this shit was top of the line, and it fucking was amazing. All the technology, it was like, holy shit! It was scare your shit fucking pants off, and it's fucking goddamn nothing now. But then when James Earl Jones pops up, my oldest was like, that's Vader. I'm like, yes, it is. That's my boy.
He also got to think of it in Conan the Barbarian and fucking
but,
Jack Ryan series too, and stuff like that. Yeah,
but he does not know them. From that.
Continue.
He knows them from Vader.
You never let your son watch Conan the Barbarian?
Not yet.
Oh man, that's a great.
It's hard to get him to watch older movies right now. It makes me sad.
You gotta have him watch Conan.
He's just now starting to appreciate that stuff. Just now starting to appreciate the older films.
Go ahead, Tyler.
No, I was gonna say that James Earl Jones is 90.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking old.
I'm gonna cry when he dies, man. He's got iconic. He's Vader, man.
He's fucking amazing.
So he was like 65 when that fucking movie came out.
Yeah, I guess so.
God.
The fact that he still did the voice for Rogue One and stuff like that, I mean, he still sounds like Vader. It's just great because when your voice gets older, like that's one thing I know this is way off subject, but the Indiana Jones movies, Harrison Ford doesn't sound anything like he used to. He's got a very laid back voice, like it's almost worn out and gone. So I'm really
from what I
curious
understand, Harrison Ford used to be the weed hookup guy for Hollywood.
No shit.
That's what I fucking remember reading recently.
He was a carpenter.
Yeah, from back in the day. When people wanted to fucking the Hollywood stars wanted to score weed, they would go see Harrison Ford.
One of the most recent things I saw with Harrison Ford is he had David Blaine over at his house.
Oh, I've seen that one. The whole thing with the get the fuck out of my house.
With the fucking car.
Get the fuck out of my house. That's what he said.
Fucking grapefruit. Yep. He's like, get the fuck out of my house, you fucking warlock.
I fucking love Harrison Ford. No, have you ever seen an interview with Harrison Ford? He says whatever the fuck he wants to say. He doesn't care.
He's like,
he's Harrison fucking Ford.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
what are they going to do to him? I love Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
All right, so the character of the Deacon. Well, we've talked about him a little bit. He's a really like one-dimensional guy. Like,
he is.
There's
yes,
not. I mean, which makes the movie fun because like he's not. There's nothing complex about him. Like he wants power.
Yeah.
He wants the seas for himself and like so he can have all
and
the
his
spoils.
people. I believe 100% he actually does care about everything for his overall group. Now, no, any one individual, no. But as a group, I do believe he wants to grant them everything.
Well, do you think he pulls off pretty good?
No. He's Dennis Hopper, and he does Dennis Hopper really fucking well.
Awesome.
Like so his character. Yeah, he makes that character. I just have a problem with that character in the story, and I'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
So to counter what you're saying, whatever, I think that you are right that he cares about his people, but only so much as like it's self-serving.
Yes.
His people give him power because they offer protection,
and he is the lifetime leader of them.
Well, the thing is, he actually gets kind of scared at the end because when he does that whole speech on the Exxon. What is it? What's the name of the ship?
Valdez.
Yeah, and he does that whole speech, and he's basically trying to make them feel, happy what they're doing. Make them feel like
trying to increase morale.
Exactly.
So they would row for a fucking month straight, but before they start questioning,
which are really not doing anything. They're not. They're just doing, and he's just trying to keep them rowing, basically. But he just says the words to get them going, and
which is what, in all honesty, any good fucking leader does. He tells the people what they need to hear.
Yep. Good point.
To raise the morale enough so they can get to that next victory.
Right.
And they might not need to know he hasn't fucking figured out the map yet, but if they believe he's figured out the map and they have the hope will drive that army for him.
See, that's the thing I'm going to say about Dennis Hopper, the villain. There's some villains that come on movies that are horrible. Like the best villains out there, like Alan Rickman from Die Hard. You can't go away from him. He's one of the best out there. Dennis Hopper from Waterworld, I think, is actually a very fun villain. Just like Speed. Speed's another one. He's a very good villain.
One of my favorite parts with Dennis Hopper in that film was when that motherfucker with the half gas mask, and shooting those big fucking anti-aircraft fucking guns.
Yeah.
And the boat slowly starts getting turned. And that's Chuck. That's Chuck. Everybody's yelling, Chuck. Maybe he doesn't answer to Chuck. Maybe he answers to Charles. Hey, Charles. Charles. I loved it.
Yes. And you just say, so long, cousins, and he just jumps off the boat, and you just see the explosion. That's actually, I love that scene.
Yes.
I love it. That's the thing. I don't know why you guys, Tyler, I don't know why you don't like this film, because it's actually just an entertaining, fun film. It's fun.
I mean, like, if you want to look at it as, like, this is a movie you put on, you just turn your brain off, like, then, I understand what you're saying.
It is a popcorn flick.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You know what?
I agree with that.
Here's a good question.
What's up?
Would you watch Waterworld or Army of the Dead?
Waterworld.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing we haven't talked about yet at all is the music, the score of the film. Let's go around and get everybody's opinions and thoughts about it. How about you, Lenny? What do you think about the music?
I'm relatively simple, man. Honestly, I really love score music in general. Big fan of it. I love to listen to it, especially when I'm like... So score music from different movies is something I like to listen to when I'm like doing something that involves a lot of intellect.
Well, you listen to a lot of the soundtrack to a game, World of Warcraft, that you like.
I do. I love that. And for those of you nerds that are listening, I'm a big fan of World of Warcraft. I love their music, especially anything that involves Thunderbluff or Mulgore, because it involves... like
nerd,
Native American type music, but it's very well done.
Yeah.
But any sort of score music I like to listen to, especially if it's something that's relatively mellow and methodical. Whenever I'm writing reports or I'm doing something for my job or something that involves typing and thinking.
Yeah.
So
because thinking's hard.
It is. Sometimes it's hard. It's difficult.
All right, me. I'm just going on next. Just because I'm very simple-minded when it comes to the music like that. Either it works or it fucking doesn't to me.
Exactly.
This music does work to me. It does heighten the experience of the film. It does get you kind of pumped up for some of the scenes and get you a little worried for some of the other ones. So overall, I thought it did a good job. Now I'm going to turn it over to our resident score whores, Tyler and Ron.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. This is scores done by James Newton Howard, and James Newton Howard has done a plentiful of scores. He's done great scores to the movie Alive. He does the movie to the remake of King Kong. He's also been partnered with Hans Zimmer doing The Dark Knight. He does a great amount of scores, and he does this score basically, which is the scene where they take the bubble down to the fucking city. It's beautiful. It's fucking epic. It's just it's kind of gives you almost like a
it's very whimsical.
Yes, and it gives you I love it. I love this score. I think
Supposedly in that scene that you're referencing, the orca, like a model of the orca is in the
yes,
background.
no, that is in that. Back to our Jaws episode, there is a model of the orca inside that scene. You have to look for it.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again.
You really have to look for it. But I really like that little scene also with the fucking submarine, like between the two cities. I mean the two buildings and everything else. But no, James Newton Howard is very talented. He's done many, many scores, and I thought his score was great, especially the beginning, the title where it's like that fucking beat, that the drum beat and everything. And also that little, that beautiful score also between Kevin Costner and that. What was the little girl? What was her name? Enola. Yeah, when he's teaching her to swim, and it's just like that, almost like that tropical type of music. Thought it was great. James Newton Howard. What do you think of James Newton Howard's score in there?
No. So I liked it, man. I really like the swashbuckling, adventure theme. That that.
I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the movie's obviously it's intended to be fun. While they're dealing with a really serious subject of global warming and the Earth being flooded. And it's very very post apocalyptic.
Very serious subject of global warming.
Very very dystopian. Well, they're putting it from the perspective of this is going to end the world as we know it, and it's very dystopian. It makes it pretty serious. But then they kind of come into it, and it's this whole fun, this whole fun action adventure kind of thing.
Yeah,
and that's what the theme kind of portrays. And I thought it fit really perfectly. Especially when you have the Mariner. Swinging a sword, and doing a lot of rope swinging in this fucking movie, and they kind of reminded me of Indiana Jones.
No, I didn't even think about that. That's a good comparison. Right
and then randomly, Al Gore shows up and says, "I told you that global warming was real."
You dumb fuck! Oh my god,
Lenny, I love you. I love you.
Man Bear Pig did it all.
It's Man Bear Pig.
So. Overall, is it an enjoyable flick? Yeah, I would have to say it is. What do you guys think?
Okay, this is my review. I would give this movie 1 thumb up. It's worth a view. It's for the technical abilities, the special effects, the practical effects, because there's barely any CGI in this film. And when you see it, it's really, I think they did a very good job doing what they did. Yeah, the story's a little weak. The dialogue's not all there. There's a lot of wooden acting, especially from Kevin Costner, but that's Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner for you's got the wooden acting. But altogether, it's a fun, entertaining popcorn flick. I relate it to the same thing as Deep Blue Sea. That's how I see it as. I wouldn't see it as a serious film. I wouldn't see it as
Deep Blue Sea did not cost $175 million to make.
I understand that. And Deep Blue Sea, when you
My
can
head
relate
is like
to that.
a shark's fin.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You always
I
have to
love
put that
it.
fucking in
I
there.
fucking love it.
You had to put that in there. Jesus. I can see Tyler right there just holding his head like, what the fuck, dude?
I hate that movie
Hello,
so much.
Cool J, we love you.
It was fun as shit.
Well,
okay.
at least there was no hip hop song saying at the end of this movie.
It would have made it better.
No. Oh, what is it going to be like? Oh,
my ears are like fucking fish gills. I don't fucking know.
Well, overall,
my ears are fish gills.
It's 1 thumb up. It's a fun, entertaining flick. It's got a it's a fun little story. It's not a Oscar winner and like that, but the special effects alone to me make the movie worth the view. Just the seeing the atoll, seeing the ship. I fucking love that fucking ship. That I forgot what type it is with the 2 pontoons basically. I think
it's like catamaran.
Yeah, no, that is
the triamaran.
It's a beautiful looking ship.
Yeah, it has 3 fucking
holes.
holes.
I just
want
to point out the fact that one of the things that bothers me, and you guys are going to tell me I'm retarded. That's fine because I'm simple-minded, so it works.
Most educated, simple mind in the room.
You're fucking damn right it is.
God bless
degree.
the U.S. education system.
Almost college degree. So, there's that scene where he says he's going to go fishing, and he throws himself out there, and that random.
Oh, we didn't bring that up. Yeah,
that random mutated fucking fish,
They
whatever
never
the fuck
explains
it's
that.
supposed to be, attacks him, and the next thing you know, they're grilling like giant eyeballs and fillets of fish. It bothers me because I saw that, and this is when I was a kid. I was young when I saw this. And even at that age, I saw that scene, and the next thing I know, they're grilling and they're eating, and I'm like, first of all, how the fuck did you make fire? Second of all, what the fuck was that? And why aren't we elaborating more on the sea monsters that have evolved?
No,
like it would have been a really cool part of the story.
You have a good point. Stu, do you have any
Yes.
input on that?
Okay. So a couple years after this film came out, they actually did a comic book tie-in to Waterworld. And that fish was called the Sea Eater. It's
The Sea Eater?
Yes. And okay. So Kevin Costner didn't sign off on his likeness to be used in the comic books. So it was some other weird looking mariner, even though it's supposed to be the same guy with the same mutation and everything else like that. And they had a weird fucking sub story where the mutations that Kevin Costner is actually genetic engineering, and it kind of crossbreeds the Sea Eater, that giant weird fucking fish thing.
Yeah, because it was like wasn't it like a three-eyed fish or something like that?
It was fucking weird. It only lasted, I want to say, like 4 or 5 issues, but it was an official tie-in to Waterworld, and so according to them, that is in canon, that is a true fish. And they also, Dennis Hopper's character as the Deacon was being supplied by somebody else. I'm blanking on his name, but he was the big bad villain of the comic book issues. Is once that supply line was cut off to the Deacon, then that guy becomes the big bad.
I was always curious about that because the Deacon used sharks for trackers to track the Mariner character. And when you see that big fish gobble up Kevin Costner, basically the Mariner character, and he slices that thing up. First of all, the eye, when he ate the eye, that thing was small, like it fit in his mouth. That fucking thing was huge.
Exactly. Thank you.
It didn't make any fucking sense.
Thank you so much, Tyler. So he just brought up a cover of the comic.
That's what they made the Mariner look
Yes.
Fucking stupid.
Because Kevin Costner did not sign off on his
Tyler,
likeness.
Tyler, go ahead and let us know what to look up on Google so our listeners would know. That don't even look anything like Kevin. What the fuck is that?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It looks
in
like
my
a
life.
fucking worm in the background. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I mean, so you can just type in Waterworld comic, and you'll see it. Like, it's Waterworld, Children of Leviathan, the Mariner returns in an all new adventure returns in all new adventures. Yeah.
Wow. Or you could type in Waterworld wannabe Tremors.
All right, but go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead and give us your review. What would you give this on thumbs up or thumbs?
So really, no thumbs. I don't.
I'm gonna cut my thumbs off.
You never seem to disappoint me.
I just didn't like this fucking movie. Like, it was hard to get through. Like, I had to stop it and start it up again a couple times just because I had shit to do, but also because I just didn't care that much to finish it.
And it felt like a lot longer. Even the 2-hour, 14-minute cut.
Yes.
It feels so fucking long.
All right, but you know what?
Yeah.
You guys can't give an opinion until you watch the other cut because I think it might.
Fuck you! I can give an opinion based on the theatrical cut, which is what was put out by the production company.
Yep.
Okay, but Kevin Reynolds.
I don't give a fuck.
His preferred cut is
I
the
don't give a
extended
fuck.
cut.
What did they put out for people to pay money to see in the theaters?
All right, I'll give you. All right. I understand. I understand what you're saying. Don't have to get all.
All right.
All
Justice League, guess what?
Emotional.
I'm still overall rating it bad, even though the Snyder Cut was better. I'm still rating it fucking bad because what they gave us, what I paid money to see.
But you would say the Snyder Cut is better.
But what I paid money to see made me fucking angry.
Yeah, I saw it in the theaters, and trust me, I understand what you're saying. All right, well, what would you give this review of this movie? What would you give this for thumbs?
I'm going to give it a no thumbs up, no thumbs down. It's completely blank.
That's fair.
All right. It had so much potential, but it did have some really great practical effects.
Yeah.
It was entertaining for the popcorn level. The acting was fucking ridiculous. very wooden at sometimes, very campy at others, but not even in a way to purposely be campy.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, if I have nothing else to watch, I will watch this versus turning off the TV.
Yeah. So you would say that this is a movie that if it's on cable, you'll watch it. You'll
Yes.
put it in the background. Tyler, how about you? Or, Lenny, how about you?
There it is. I was waiting for my actual name. Thank you. I will say I would give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. The thumbs down being there is literally no science that backs this fucking film whatsoever.
No, it's not
and
accurate.
also
No, it's true. It's true.
Not
It's not
science,
accurate.
but also common sense.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the storyline's not bad. It's okay. It's entertaining. There's a lot of really good funny lines and a lot of good scenes that are kind of, they're worth watching. Also the acting from like the little girl and Kevin Costner wasn't bad, but he was wooden, so I was like, meh.
We never talked about Jan Triplehorn.
The little girl did a great job, and Dennis Hopper did a great job.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth watching to hear those one-liners because they're actually pretty entertaining. They're funny.
Yeah.
Also, the I don't know, the scene where like he swam down, even though like scientifically it wouldn't fucking make any sense. The special effects and the actual scene itself, along with the score and everything else, that shot
Pretty chilling.
They went down and like he, grabbed dirt and showed her where he gets the earth from. It's not from dry land; it's from this. That was pretty cool. So yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down. I will say too, I didn't get to say this early in the show, but one of the other complications to filming was that I don't give a fuck who you are or how badass you think you are. Every human being on this planet has that fear of drowning. And there was a scene where the female that starts out as a captor and ends up fucking Kevin Costner. I was like, that's kind of cool. They share this tender moment where they go underwater and he breathes air through his gills and then blows air into her.
Yeah.
Wouldn't fucking work. I'm medically trained. I can tell you that doesn't fucking work like that. But whatever.
Hold on. How many people with gills do you know? How do you know they aren't able to develop that shit?
Circus people need medical attention too. So anyways, we that doesn't make sense. But for that scene, I will say this. Cool scene. It was a nightmare doing that scene because that scene alone was fucking up a lot because specifically, not so much Kevin Costner actually, but the female, she couldn't hold her breath very long, and they had to do retake after retake after retake because they would go underwater and they'd try to shoot this scene where it would look like he was kissing her but giving her air. And then she had this moment of panic where she would, on her face, you would see her kind of calming down. So I don't give a fuck who you are. Trying to act underwater, very difficult. And then on top of that, she kept fucking up because her natural instinct was, fuck this, I can't fucking breathe. I don't give a fuck how much you're paying me. And she kept swimming to the surface for air because Kevin Costner's not actually giving her air. And they tried to have people actually try and give her air in between takes underwater, and she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
She kept having to go up to the surface to actually breathe.
Right.
So it kept fucking with the shot.
What did you overall think of the? I know we got our reviews, our reviews and everything, but overall, what did you all think of the ending? Especially with the whole, I thought it was kind of smart how they did the whole land sickness thing with Kevin Costner with the mariner character because he was so used to being out in water.
And you saw that when he landed on the atoll, also.
Yeah, or basically right when you started standing there, he was just moving around,
getting his land legs,
getting
back.
used to because he's not used to that. He's used to being on the wavy part of water. I think that was pretty smart how they did that. But the fact that, what did you think of him? Wanting not to be there. He wanted to go back on the water because he felt like that was his home, not land.
He was developed for the sea.
Yes.
He was...
Because of his gills?
Engineered or, that's developing evolutionary-wise, whatever the case may be. He was supposed to be on the sea and in the sea.
Yeah.
And so that would feel right to him.
Yeah.
I would say that, honestly, at his core, he's a human. And, yeah, it's cool being in the ocean and being able to breathe underwater, but at the same time, I can easily name 5 things now, not fictitious, that would fucking beat my ass and kill me and eat me easily, even if I could breathe underwater.
Right.
So,
okay, one last factoid I want to throw out there for everybody. This developed a few different video games, for a few different systems. WATERWORLD.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
it
no.
did.
I know what you're talking about.
Virtual Boy.
Oh, my God.
Literally had one movie tie-in video game released on its system, and it happened to be this fucking video game, which to me, it speaks volumes, and it couldn't be any better of a fucking film to be released on the fucking failure of a system of Virtual Boy than this fucking film. I love the fact that this is the only fucking movie tie-in video game released on that horrible piece of shit system.
Are we talking about Nintendo Red? Is that
yes? Yes.
All right. I have to say this.
Yes.
If you guys ever listen to YouTube, there's a guy called Angry Video Game Nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out. We fucking love you, bro. You're
fucking
great.
hilarious. He does a review of the Virtual Boy, and he does a review about this WATERWORLD game, and it shows some footage. Oh, my God. Horrible movie. Angry Video Game Nerd, you did a great job.
Better video
game
game
fan of y'all
to be tied to that than what fucking WATERWORLD.
Yeah.
Yes, well, especially on a game that was a flop.
Exactly.
No, that's a good point.
All
system
right.
was a flop, just like the movie was a flop.
Exactly. It worked so fucking well.
Good.
When I saw that tidbit that was the only actually officially licensed fucking video game film, I was like, that is fucking amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing.
It's fucking perfect.
Exactly. And for those who don't know, Virtual Boy was Nintendo's first attempt at 3D type technology.
Horrible.
And the technology itself wasn't necessarily bad.
I liked it.
It was fucking very, very weird and different from what everybody was used to. But it did effectively produce 3D effects.
Yeah.
And so it did what it was supposed to do, just in a really fucking weird way.
Yeah.
Overall, I think WATERWORLD was an attempt at making an amazing apocalyptic film that just fell flat. Too many people got involved.
Yep.
The vision got completely fucked up, and a person whose head was too big for their fucking body, aka Kevin Costner. And it could have been so much more. Or it could have spent so much less and been a success. Either way, this is what we were given, and that is what WATERWORLD's legacy will be to us.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Flicks. We are so excited for the upcoming episodes headed your way and bonus episodes of The Small Batch, Sammy Selects, and now the new Tasting Room. If you like our show, please spread the word, give us a like, or leave us some kind of review on any of the social media pages. Give us a follow on Instagram, Barrel Flicks, or Facebook, Barrel Age Flicks. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor, Radio Public, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, CastBox, YouTube, and now Pandora. Please shoot us an email at barrelageflicks@gmail.com with comments and movie suggestions for future shows or any other things you'd like to let us know. Credit to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube. Man, your music is awesome. We thank you so much for that. It's great. You guys go ahead and check him out. I just want to say thank you so much. We hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. See you then.